So it's me, your boy K Samson. I have something unique for us today. Sometimes it's very important to reject some certain things from people whom you don't trust. Yes, you know, most of us don't know the reason why we are facing some problem. We are facing some difficulties around us. So this is something that one of my friend linked me to. There was a day that we were, talking, discussing some certain things. So this my friend said the word. He said that someone can just decide to give you money or any item in exchange of what, of your success or your gift. Someone may decide to give you money in exchange of your what, of your work. You get what I'm saying? So that is the reason why we need to be careful with the kind of gift we receive from someone whom we know that they are not really what, in line with us. You get what I'm saying? The fact truth is this: we know those who don't like us. Yes, most of them we know them. Yes, most of them is difficult to understand whom they are. But if you try to put your ear down, you'll come to understand that you will discover them. So the issue here is this: sometimes try all your best to say no to some certain what invitation. Don't let your enemy invite you in a lot of things that is not relevant. Don't let them lead you to a point where they will invite you to take your greatness, to take your what uniqueness, to take your privileges. You got what I'm saying? So reject some invitation. You ought to reject some invitation from the enemies, from people who envy you, particularly people who don't want you to be successful. Yes, the issue is this: the moment people realize that you are doing well in life, the moment people realize that you are becoming something great, most of them will start to come into your life. So reject them. Reject them. That's why I do used to tell you, love them is distance, because most of them who just leave you, and their aim of coming is not just to make sure they see you progress. Their aim of coming is to make sure they terminate they finish the work that they have already started. So that is the reason why you need to say no sometimes. You don't need to be saying yes, yes, yes. Can we go to this place? Yes. Can we do this? Yes. Can we do that? Yes. Can I have your this? Yes. Can I have your that? No. Sometimes you need to do what, tell them no. You need to tell them pure no. You know what I'm saying? You need to tell them no. There was something that also happened when I was at home. So I know this man particularly. We live in the same place. I can't call someone name, but you need to understand. That's why we need to be careful. No matter whom you are, the moment you start to mingle with people who are evil, people who don't want you to be more successful than them, they may bring you down no matter the anointing you carry. So this man was so worthy. When I mean worthy, was so successful. So this man called us one day. I was someone who always liked to, to near elders. So this man called me one day with some of my friends. So we were there. So this man started to narrate the reason why he involved in bankrupt. Hey God, I was so amazed. So this man said he visited a church, one certain church, that in that church they give him invitation. That was not his previous church. So because he have money, people who have money in Africa, they used to know, to be recognized both in the church where everybody ought to be equal, but they make the poor people upside and the rich people upside. So this man tell us a word that the first day that he visited this church, something happened. That everyone were shaking this man of God with amount of money. If you want to shake the man, you will shake him with money. So this man come to a point. He said the moment he shake this man with money, whether 4,000 naira or 5,000 naira Nigeria money, so the moment he shake this man with this money, so something shake out of him. You understand me? Something just left him. So he went back. That was when I went to write my exam. So this man decided to do what? To go back home. On getting home, he come to realize that the money he keep in her what in his room just disappear. Out of 3 million, above 2 million, 500,000 just disappear without nobody touching it, and he is the one holding the key. And this is the same thing that happened to my dad when I was at home. So there was a meeting that my dad used to hold in those days. So every year they used to bring the money together, because some people used to borrow some, and my dad is the only one that keep the one people are not able to do or to borrow. So my daddy have this money which was so big, so it remains something like 20,000 or 15,000. Then my daddy decided to go and visit one of our neighbor nearby to borrow from him, that after they have already shared the money, he will return back this man money. And my daddy was so wise. When I mean wise, he's a man of what? Integrity. He's so wise and what? Wisdom. You got what I'm saying? So my daddy went and borrowed money from this guy. The guy told him that he don't have money within him. So this man decided to give my dad only 2,000 naira, 4,000 naira, 2,000 naira. So my dad have something like 10,000 or 5,000 in one of his pocket like this. He have one in his right hand. So in the left hand there's no money. He decided to make the money separate, to keep the money separate. So when my dad went home, so after we have ate everything, my dad decided to keep the money on top of a table. You know what I'm saying? On top of table. So in the morning like this, because my dad used to wake up around 4 to go to work. So in the morning like this, my dad decided to go and do what? And take a class in order for him to go and do what? And do per mean. They call them per meter. All these people who invest in what? Wine. So my dad decided to go and do what? And harvest the wine. So on getting to where he keep this money, he realized that 1,000 naira have already disappeared. And in my home, we don't thief. Have already disappeared. So my dad was laughing. My dad was automatically laughing. Then he called us. He said, "Who took my money? Who took the money that this man give to us? Give him." We said, "No, we didn't took it." Then my dad decided to keep the money in our present. He said, "This is the one that remained. This is the 1,000." So before even the other one still disappear. You know what I'm saying? The two disappear. Imagine if my dad have kept the whole money together. What do you think? That is the reason why you need to do what? Reject some certain invitation. Reject some certain gift. I'm not telling you this because I just ought to say it. This is what I have already encountered. The same thing happened to one of my uncle in those days. So what am I trying to tell you is this: be careful with the kind of gift you receive from people. Because we are living in a world where people can use an ordinary gift. It can be biscuit, it can be cloth, it can be anything, any material, money, in exchange of your uniqueness. Some people who are wicked will see your light, your greatness, and there will be envy. The only thing they will do, they will try to come into your life, give you something in exchange of that your greatness. So if you are not wise, if you are not spiritually alert, and if you are the type of person who always receive, you got to understand that they will do what? They will exchange your greatness and be using your glory to shine. That's why the Bible recorded that the year Hosea died, that is the year Isaiah was able to do what? To see the Lord. That means Hosea have already become a barrier, a liability to the greatness of Isaiah. You got to say, so let's be careful with the type of people we mingle with. Yes, I'm not saying this because I ought to say it. Even the world we are living today now, most of you are seeing what is happening in social media, etc. You got what I'm saying? That is the reason why we need to be careful, we need to be prayerful, we need to be vigilant. And not everything that they give you that you need to offer, you need to accept. Sometimes you need to do what? Just tell them I'm enough, even when you are not. And sometimes this world we are living, people will say they love you as long as they can use you. This is what I'm ashamed to say it, but I will. This is what I'll call. This is what occurred in my life. Someone will have already tell me, I love you, I do this. 3 years pass. I was just like someone who was sleeping. It sounds funny, but it's real. You got what I'm saying? There are some offer you need to reject in order for you to go far. Remember, this is all I have for you. Let's be careful when it comes to some certain things, some invitation, some gift we receive. Because the world we are living, people are so bad that once they realize, what they notice that you are called for greatness, they will try all means to exchange it for something. Remain blessed.